I never belonged to a fraternity, but I still had the whole frat boy experience in college. Drink until you black out, wake up as sick as a dog, drink until you don't feel it, repeat the next day with no idea who you hung out with, where you went, who you screwed the night before, and all I'll say is that while I look back on it with no semblance of pride, it was an experience I feel I'm a better man for living through. I formed a strong bond with a bunch of guys back then, and while they'd be the first to say, "No homo, come on, let's be real here," there's always at least a little homo. I don't think about the dudes I liked nearly as much as ones I didn't connect with at all. However, his name, or rather the thing everyone called him, was Creepy Joe. I don't even know if Joe was his actual name. Creepy Joe was the kind of guy who hung around at the edges of the party. He didn't talk to many people and was generally awkward. But hey, he didn't drink much of the booze and never got into fights, so no one really minded his presence. With Joe, presence is a perfect word because you could sort of feel him coming into a room. Long before you saw the wild, already graying hair and the unshaven muzzle, you just sort of knew he was skulking around nearby. Even if you could barely make out his favorite powder blue hoodie due to crowded grinding bodies, you knew it had to be him. Last time I saw Joe was at one of the parties. The kind where you can have sex with someone and no one would really be able to tell because of how many people were backed into the place. Creepy Joe was hovering around the liquor as usual. This is odd because, again, he didn't really drink. I didn't pay him any mind at first beyond the customary Creepy Joe be creeping comment that he had started repeating that moment one of us saw him. He was our competitive game of Where's Waldo. As I mentioned, Joe never really spoke to many people, but when he did, it was always a girl. On that particular night, it was a strawberry blonde I had my eye on as well. I don't remember much about her from that night other than her hair. I wanted to burn my face in it like caveman. I'd never seen her at a party before, and apparently no one else had either since she managed to draw a lot of attention by next to doing nothing. I was happy to see one of my friends pull Joe off his game, but not as thrilled when the same friend brought him right up to me. The friend of mine was known for drinking much faster and much harder than any of us, and this night was no different. Apparently he had a great idea for a game. He wanted to try out with a few of us, especially Creepy Joe. The $20 game, he called it, claiming it was something everyone tried at least once. There's a few of us who would pack into a car, drive to the local 24-hour superstore, spend $20 while buying the most sinister and outlandish as possible. The intention was for the combined owls to freak out the cashier and make him think they were at the same table. The winner, as explained, would get their $20 back, evenly split amongst the losers. It made little sense to me, as you'd imagine, but I was always up for a prank. One harrowing, completely wasted car trip later, about 5 or 6 of us rushing through the automatic doors and into our separate aisles. I couldn't really think of anything particularly intelligent at the time, so I went to the most obvious sources: duct tape, a meat tenderizer, and trash bags. Pretty straightforward. I found out how uninspired I had been when we all gathered back outside and laughed at how frightened our cashiers looked. One of the guys had purchased a bag of candy Dorix, more mayonnaise, and an X-Acto knife. Another packed a bag of Vaseline Fusilli for an awesome dad greeting card. For something with a candy bar and a rat trap. I don't recall another item. I was essentially the laughing stock at that moment for picking the most super basic stuff. Fujo was surprisingly tame as well. Some zip ties, a sleep aid, and a shovel. That was it. You say none of us won, so I had no idea who did. I was the guy who came up with the idea in the first place, since that would only make sense. I don't recall how we judged the entries. Another curb-hopping car ride to the back party, and the whole thing was just a stupid memory. I would have forgotten the whole thing, just another escapist drowned to death, and 1 to 8 drinks. But as I mentioned, last time Creepypasta came around, and there's a reason for that.